I guess welcome to my kitchen for today's video. So I thought we would switch things up a little bit today. Unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard of Silky crystal candy. This is a Vietnamese crystal candy company that has absolutely taken over TikTok and TikTok Shop by storm. They hand make custom crystal candies every single day, like over 10,000 pieces of candy a day. They have so many different shapes, sizes, flavors, textures, all the fun things. And they recently just came out with their brand new DIY kits. So basically today, we're gonna make our own Silky crystal candy at home. Okay, so I am super excited about today's video because I've tried crystal candy from Silky many times. I worked alongside them in the past under my agency, which is, I own a marketing company if you didn't know that. I've been to the actual kitchens in Maryland and seen everything behind the scenes. I've seen the candies being made. I've seen them being packaged and stored, all the good things. So I was like, you know what? I would love to make my own one day. So let me tell you, I was so excited when these DIY kits came out. So I bought, I think this might be the 3 or 5 ounce DIY kit. There's different sizes of them depending on how much you want to make, and there's a lot of different flavors. So I went ahead and chose strawberry kiwi just because I know that that's a flavor profile that I typically like. I thought it was pretty safe, and it also comes with different directions, so we'll be able to follow along together and hopefully do this correctly. Now keep in mind, I'm gonna be filming this video over the course of like a week because once we get done making them today, I have to let them cure over the next 5 to 7 days or so. It says 3 to 5, but I think it'll be 5 to 7, but we'll see. So I'm gonna do check-ins every few days so you can kind of see them as they're crystallizing, and then on the final day, we're going to kind of decorate them a little bit more, add some sour powder because I have to wait until they are done being cured to add any sour powder to them. This is delicious. It tastes like lemon and it's sour. And then we'll enjoy them together. Okay, so let's cut this open. Hopefully I don't make too much of a mess. I'm kind of scared to stain anything because my new countertops are white and they're marble and I don't want to ruin them, but you know what? Do it for the video, okay? If it happens, it happens. I think it'll be much safer if I whoa, plop this onto a plate. That was kind of satisfying. Do you want to smell it? There you go. It smells good. Now, if you're wondering, Cody, can you eat the Silky before it's cured? Yes. You absolutely can. It's just very gelatinous. There is no gelatin in this, by the way. Some people think there is. There's absolutely no gelatin. But yes, you could certainly eat them before they're cured. Taste-wise, it's already delicious. Now, anyone that knows me in real life knows that I have a thing with my hands. I don't like stuff on my hands. I don't like touching food, but we're gonna have to manhandle this today. All right, it's time to get cutting. I don't know how amazing this angle is gonna be, but we're gonna work with it and I'm gonna do my best, so sorry about it if you don't like it. All right, so I'm gonna start by cutting this bad boy in half. I want easier shapes and sizes to work with. Now keep in mind, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing with this, so I'm just gonna start, we're gonna just wing it, okay? Again, these don't have to be beautiful, but I still wanna have fun with them and try my best. I'm telling you right now, these are not gonna be anything similar to the shapes that you see from Silky just FYI. Okay, so I'm gonna start and I'm gonna cut little corners off of it. And any of the extra, I'm gonna try and keep to the side so we can use it to decorate later on. Let's just, and please be safe. Don't cut anything off, except for the candy. And then on this side, I'm gonna cut more. Okay, I mean, it's random, Let me turn to this side and we're gonna go downwards with it. Literally just winging it as we go. And that's honestly the fun of it. And then with this one, I want to cut it right down the middle as best as I can because I don't want these to be super thick because the thicker these are, the longer they're going to take to cure. So keep that in mind. And then once you have them I guess thinner, which maybe I'll cut all of these in half again just so it's easier to work with. I think this is going to be a better idea when it comes to actually cutting them into shapes because then I feel like I can actually see what I'm going to cut ahead of time. Again, these are gonna be ugly, but that's okay. So these two, I'm gonna keep them this shape they are. They're kind of like coffins almost, and I'll set these ones to the side. Okay, so I'm gonna keep the little coffin shapes over there. I've split the other ones, except for this big square. I split these ones in half so that they're thinner and easier to work with. And I think for these, I wanna do more dramatic cuts. Actually, let's do something like this. I just don't want to waste, but also I'm gonna chop all this up later and use it as a garnish. So it's really not a waste. I just have to remember that. So I want a bit more than that. Oh my gosh, is this a diamond shape? That's kind of cute. I'll set that one right here. I just want them to all be kind of different, almost all of them. Okay, next one we're gonna do, let's do something let's try to be artsy, okay? This is supposed to be fun. I'm not actually the most like artistic person in the world, fun fact, but let's just try to be. Okay, then we'll cut this side out. This is actually, did I just do that backwards? Oh wait, I did. Shoot! Okay, let's just do something different up here, it doesn't matter. Do that, we'll do a little cut here. Okay, this side is like, not, oh my gosh, it's not going well. Cut, start over. You see how easy that is when you mess it up? You just cut it and start all over. This one, I think I'm just gonna cut like a big triangle out. I keep cutting in further than I want to, but that's okay. So this one is so ugly and random, but it doesn't matter, okay? This one, I think we're gonna grab it and I'm just gonna like angle it downwards. Okay, this next one, I don't even know. Let's just cut a little corner there, cut a little corner there, turn it around. We're gonna cut a little corner there, cut a little corner there. You're different. Oh wait, that's kind of cute. Is that not kind of cute? It is. Okay, here's where we're at so far. I have a few different shapes. None of them match, which is fine. I don't really want them to all match. And then I have some remnants over here that we're gonna cut up and use that as like a garnish on top. And then I still have a block here. I think for the block, I wanna turn this into strips, kind of like Silky Gem's lunar crystals, just because why not? Okay, so for this, I'm just going to, I think we're gonna do them long ways like this and just try my best. I've washed my hands more times than you can imagine at this point. Yum. I'm eating these, so I'll do what I want, thank you. So I'm just gonna, I want them to be relatively thick, but not. If they're too thin, they're not gonna be sticks. Well, hold on. Okay, so I think what I need to do is actually cut this bad boy in half. Yeah, that makes more sense. Because I'm like, no matter how I cut this, they're gonna be like flat pieces, like crisps, and I don't want them to be crisps. So now we have a size that's more like this, and now I'm gonna cut them into little cube stick things, basically. Yeah, that'll be good. So they're still gonna be kind of flatter than I want. I would love a perfect rectangle all the way around, but we're not gonna get that. But this is what we got, and I'm fine with that. So just take it, and you can cut it however you'd like, of course, but I'm just gonna keep chopping them off, kind of like that. I would definitely like to know in the comments if you have ever tried anything from Silky Gem and what your experience was. I'd also like to know if you've tried any other crystal candy companies, or if this is just simply your first time ever hearing about them. And just some background on Silky Gem. I just think it's actually such a really cool company because first off, I've never tried a product like this until Silky Gem. I'd never heard of it until Silky Gem. And just to hear how culturally rich this brand is and this product is just so fun. I love culture. I love all of that. And I've learned so much about Vietnamese culture from my time, working alongside Silky Gem in the past. I don't currently work with them anymore, and hanging out with their family. And they're amazing people. Like the owner, Gia, she is so amazing. She's a great mom. She has 2 beautiful sons, and she's just so nice to be around. Such a joyful, generous, kind person. So I really, really love that. I love when really good people own good companies, and the company culture was great. The people that work with them are all great. So I love it. I need to wash my hands one more time, BRB. All right, here is where we're at with things. So down here, we have some random shapes. And then up here, we have our Silky Gem sticks. And then over here, we have some of the remnants from what I cut off at the top. And we're gonna chop this into a bit more like fine pieces. And I'm gonna scoop some of this onto some of these to give them like a nice little decoration. So step 1 was to cut your Silky Gems in the shapes that you want, which complete. Step 2 is to now garnish them. So let's do it. Okay, so there's no like rhyme or reason to this. You're literally just gonna chop these up into little tiny little bits and pieces. And basically I want this to be almost like, I don't even know what you could call this, like Silky Gem confetti basically. And I wanna scoop this onto the top and make them just look prettier and have a little bit of something. Okay, so I'm happy with this. I think this is a good enough amount for the amounts that I've cut to kind of garnish some of them. Okay, so it's time to decorate. So I'm just gonna scoop up however much just feels right. And we're gonna garnish some of these. We don't have to do all of them, but like I definitely wanna do some of them. And I do kind of want them to all be different. So when these dry, these little bits are gonna be as crunchy and crystally as the actual main sized pieces, if you will. I want those to be more like in the middle. So that one's fine. I think this triangle one, I want like 2 ribbons of them. And it's okay if it falls off on the side because at the end of the day, when it crystallizes, you can just eat it or don't. So I want 2 little ribbons there, like 2 little lines of it, I guess. That looks cute. Okay, so the next one, I think this one I just kind of want to put little pieces all the way down. I don't want there to be like real rhyme or reason for this one. I think that one's fine. This one over here, I think I'm just going to put it up in the top corner. I like that. Okay, let me do some magic on these and I'll be right back. This is day 1 of my crystal candy curing. All right, it's day 2 of the crystal candy curing, and there's not a lot of change, but I can definitely tell you that they're drying out a lot. They're definitely not like sticky anymore, which is nice. So I guess technically we're making progress. Okay, everyone, it's day 3. The candy hasn't really started crystallizing yet. It's very dry, like it's not sticky or really tacky anymore. And all the little bits that I added are like basically sticking together. It needs to start like actually crystallizing more. So maybe in the next day or 2. Alrighty, it is day 4 check-in. Still no crystallization. So I'm gonna move these bad boys to the refrigerator and see what happens in the next 24 hours. Alrighty guys, we are on day 5 of our crystal candy curing. And this is 24 hours after being in the refrigerator. Still very flimsy, not a lot of crystallization happening yet, so it's definitely not going to take 3 to 5 days like the paper said, so I'll check back in tomorrow. Alrighty, this is day 12 of the update. I skipped forward like over a week basically because not much was happening and I didn't want to bore you all to death and I don't want this many like updates, you know, but anyway, we're starting to see some crystallization through a lot of the pieces. You can see all these little like darker kind of white spots. That's where it's all crystallizing. These thicker pieces down here are really not doing much because they're thicker. But then the little cluster I made over here definitely is starting to crystallize. Finally, we have some good updates. It's day 17. That's a long time, but as you can see, some of these are definitely starting to crystallize. Love that. It's breaking, so at least it's getting hard. Yeah, they're getting better. These ones down here are still pretty rubbery, but you obviously can see all the little spots. No, that's not mold. It's where it's crystallizing. Up here, it's like half and half. Like in person, you can tell a lot more. Like it's very crystally at the tops. And then my cluster, it's getting there. Like it'll probably be at least another week before I can attempt to actually like eat them and have like that crunch and whatnot, but I'll keep checking in. Okay, last update, friends. This is day 21, and this is good enough for me for now to actually start taste testing these because I don't want to keep you guys here for like 2 months. So these ones right here in the middle, they're definitely ready to go. Like they'll probably be a little bit soft inside, but that's to be expected. But the outside is plenty hard enough to actually eat them. It has officially been 30 days that the crystal candies have been set out to dry and to cure. They look pretty great. So let me show you a couple of them and then we'll taste them together. So I made a bunch of the sticks. They're just literal rectangles. I made some like kind of ugly but random shapes. I added some of the remnants on top to decorate them. Like overall, I'm happy with them. Could be better, but also could be worse. So we are gonna start off with this little diamond one. You hear that? Okay. Good crunch. Again, the flavor is strawberry kiwi. You can get that right away. Perfect. What I want to do is dip some of this in some different flavored powders just for the heck of it. So we're going to start off with the Pixie Sour Dip, which is one of my absolute favorite sour dips. It's very, very good. It also has edible glitter, and I appreciate that because it's just fun. Okay. Just the way it levels it up, very nice. Next, I have some extra sour green apple powder. I'm gonna take one of the sticks. It's my powder, so I'll do what I want. I'm gonna dip that in here. The powder on this is much thicker. Ooh, ooh. Oh my god, so good. Absolutely delicious. So good. And lastly, I want to try with some intense sour grape. Now, I've had this sour grape. Obviously, all the candies are gone. It's not sour, but the grape flavoring itself, super, super good. That might be my favorite combo. The strawberry kiwi silky gem with the grape powder. 10 out of 10. Overall, this was super fun. I liked getting to be creative with it. I liked that it was very easy to do. I mean, it's literally just a block of the candy itself. It's like raw, if you want to call it that, whatever, not cured. Cut it up how you want, decorate it, have fun, make some fun, cute, or ugly shapes, whatever, doesn't matter. Let it cure. For me, I mean, I wasn't expecting it to take 30 days, and technically could still probably cure for another like week, but it's more than fine to eat now, like texture-wise. I think why it took so long for me is like I had it sitting here and I had a baking sheet on top of it because I have cats. They can't, you know, get on it. Like, hello, plus like stuff in the air. Like, I just didn't want stuff on this. Like, I didn't want this just sitting out and like being exposed to the air, you know? So that probably slowed it down. Overall, do I think it's worth the 30 days of waiting? Yes, because it's fun, it tastes delicious, and I think this would be something that's like super fun if you just want to do this like with your kids because they get to be creative. As long as they can be patient enough to wait the 30 days to eat it. I would definitely do this again, and I would probably just do a different flavor. The flavor itself was fantastic, but I like trying different flavors because I have tried like virtually everything that Silky Gem has made, so I don't know what flavors would be left for me to try, but either way, it's fun. I call this a success. And I would love to know if you've tried Silky Gem and if you've loved it or if you hated it, because people have very polarizing opinions, of course, and if you would try doing something like this. But with that being said, that wraps up today's 30-day long video, because that's literally how long it took to make this whole video. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up down below. Don't forget to click that big red subscribe button so you can join my YouTube family, and I'll see you all in the next one.